Flight Risk is coming out this weekend, and for the first time since his Oscar-winning 2016 war film Hacksaw Ridge, actor and filmmaker Mel Gibson is back in the director's chair. This time around, Gibson is taking on the skies in the action thriller Flight Risk. I'm not sure why Mel directed this movie when he's done classics like Braveheart, Apocolypto, Passion of Christ, Hacksaw Ridge. Adding Flight Risk to that list sounds kinda odd, don't you think? The movie stars Mark Wahlberg, Dockery and Topher Grace. The plot of the movie is a U.S. Marshal escorts a government witness to trial after he is accused of getting involved with the mob boss, only to discover that the pilot who's transferring them is also a hitman that had been sent to assassinate the informant. After they subdue him, they're forced to fly together after discovering that there are others attempting to eliminate them. Kind of reminds me of like a Con Air or a Flightplan, you know, those similar movies. Flight Risk has a runtime of 91 minutes, making it the shortest movie that Mel Gibson has directed. When the trailer came out, people seemed more interested in the bald Mark Wahlberg than the actual plot. Flight Risk is projected to make around 20 to 30 million total domestically and 7 to 9 million opening weekend, which sounds about right for this kind of movie. Flight Risk is one of those movies that you would probably read the reviews for before deciding to go watch it in the theaters or stream it at home. It has that straight to streaming vibe to it. The early reviews are out already. Let's see what people are saying about this movie. Nick writes, Flight Risk is an outdated thriller devoid of tension that even a wacky Mark Wahlberg performance can't save. Between the dialogue and poor direction from Mel Gibson, films like these are why January has the reputation it does. Well, you know, they do say January movies are supposed to be the movies that are considered dump movies, meaning studios often release films in January that are expected to perform poorly commercially and critically. Flight Risk might be one of them. Tyler writes, Flight Risk is a lot of fun. The main trio have good chemistry, with Wahlberg being a nasty freak, and Gibson manages to craft a tense thriller that doesn't take itself too seriously. Exactly the type of movie you watch in January. Andrew writes, Flight Risk utilizes its setting well, but there are a few too many twists and turns at the end of this turbulent thriller. Mark Wahlberg does commit to a role that is very different from his recent work. Nathan writes, Mel Gibson's ability to construct the film, the power dilemma that is gradually exposed and culminates in the climax, in addition to Mark Wahlberg as a figure synthesizing the protagonist's evil and conflicts are the great highlights. The kind of average original action film that has been relegated to limbo, lost among mega productions. Nathan gives the movie 4 stars. Jay writes, it definitely needed more action scenes and suspense. Mark was barely utilized in here, despite being heavily advertised. It felt like those straight-to-streaming pandemic movies. The third act was fun, though. Jay gives the movie 3 stars. Mark Wahlberg not being utilized much in the movie might be concerning if true, because Mark Wahlberg is what we all signed up for. Wouldn't it be funny if his bald head reveals like the only major scene he's in and the rest of the movie he's KO'd in the back? Bailey writes, the trailer made the movie look exciting, but the characters are extremely dull. The movie has exciting moments from time to time and provides an entertaining landing. It's a one-location movie that's fun to watch. YouTuber Gilbert Cade's review is, Flight Risk is an adrenaline-charged, emotionally resonant ride that proves Mel Gibson still knows how to deliver a cinematic punch with stellar directing, breathtaking cinematography, and ripping performances. It's a must-watch for action and drama fans alike. Sounds like Gilbert's a fan of the movie. So far the reviews are pretty mid. It's kind of a mixed bag. I guess it's one of those movies that if you go in with zero expectations, you might enjoy it. But otherwise, it's one of those wait-to-hit streaming movies that you'd watch on a weekend when you're out of TV shows to catch up on. Are you guys excited for Flight Risk? Are you watching it in theaters? Let me know in the comments.
Y'all need a pilot?
Flight Risk, only in theaters January 24th.